Hey everybody, it's Tim with Broken Dice, bringing you a quick little channel update. I'm in the actual hobby room. Got some painting done, working on some terrain pieces, trying to decide what project to start on next year. There's so many rules, systems, so many ways to base. I mean, goodness gracious. Well, anyway, let's get on to what I was doing. I don't go down that road because that's a whole different side of video. Okay, first off, got my last 54 millimeter Viking, more of a Rus looking type warrior. Let's talk about him. Base is a little bit different this time. I didn't use so much of the dried parsley. I went more with the Army Painter Tufts, which I really like. Just some standard Woodland Scenics, greenish and brown grass mixture. I just kind of like mixing that stuff up because I don't like all of one or all of the other. I like it to have like a blend of the two as far as the ground cover goes. P3 paints, Games Workshop contrast paints, Games Workshop None Oil and Sepia Wash, which, you know, hey, if it's a great product, it's a great product. Convinced me to use something else. And the contrast paints, obviously. And Vallejo paints, that's what the other one was. Then you put a little bit of lumber on there, which was covered up with the contrast wildwood to darken it down. Then some pumice stones, a couple of those, which are basically covered in the None Oil wash, and it gives it a nice dark grayish black color. Just give them a real thick washing down of that, and it works out great. Real quick way to do stone. Only thing I don't like about the model, the shield. Looks a little fanciful to me. Not real happy with that. So I just put some bronze highlights around on the little designs and the human face of the boss there. Not digging it. Not my thing. You know, I really wasn't in doing this project with fantasy models. It's more historical, but I like the model itself. The shield, whatever. Well, anyway, I've also working on my wolf pelts and stuff like that, animal pelts. Trying to get that combination of black, brown, gray, white, and trying to, because I've been looking at a lot of them, and a lot of times there's a main color that kind of goes down the back of the animal, and then it fades out lighter and lighter towards the edges. So I try to go with a black sort of arrow point, then a little on the edges, then go with a little brownish gray, and then fade that into a white. I like this better than I did on the last model that I had, but still not quite there yet where I want to be with that one, which is great because, you know, we all have need to grow. Well, that's enough of that. No more 54 millimeter Vikings for a while. I know you guys are probably really tired about hearing about them. So I'm going to work on some terrain the next few weeks. Just different things, and what I'm going to be working on are some plowed fields. Obviously, we got our cardboard backing. We got our thin little entry mat. We got our little popsicle sticks to keep it from bowing out. Like when it dries, it gets that bowed look. Because I forgot to do that on one of mine, and one of the best fields I did, the topping looked great. Forgot to put these on it on the bottom, and it just bows. I'm very disappointed. So we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to work on a few more of those. Then I've got these. These are just 1 foot by 1 foot square rubber mats, and I have a ton of them because I have a pretty good sized basement, and at one point in time these covered my entire basement. So I got a bunch of them, and I'm trying to think of what to do with them terrain-wise. Right now I'm in the process of trying to do like a desert ridge line with them, kind of a, because I have one of those, I think it's from Frontline Gaming. They're neoprene mats that roll out, and they're really nice, but they're very flat, so I need to have some 3D terrain up on top of them. And so what I've been doing is I cut these guys off, bevel them off. Let me bring this one over here that's drying right now. I'm trying not to make a mess out of this. Okay. Glue's still wet all over it. Okay, you see this. This is just the flat bottom section. I've beveled off some of the edges. I kept one edge to connect to the other piece. So I've got 3 pieces. So basically it's going to be about 3 foot long of a small ridge. And that's the, ooh, yeah, it's still drying. That's going to be the bottom, and then I'm going to build up a few more layers on top of that. We'll see how it turns out. It's I've seen some people use them, but what throws me off, and I don't know if visually I'll like it very much, is where they go together and they connect. Now, if I'm to use this where I cut all these end pieces off and then use them as terrain pieces, that would work just great. I mean, as individual pieces. But I'm trying to think of some way to use them where they connect together. I haven't seen a video of that done, but I'm sure there's one out there. I mean, I can't even imagine that this hasn't been done before by several people. I'll have to have some help from everybody looking that up. If somebody knows somebody that's already done it, if they've had success with it, if they like the way it turns out, let me know in the comments. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. Tell me why you don't like it. It's very important. I need to learn an awful lot of stuff with this. I've been doing this for a few years now, and kind of mediocre results out of it. But I do it basically because it keeps me honest, and it keeps me motivated in my projects. Knowing that, well, I need to do another video. What am I going to do? How am I going to do it? And what am I going to say about it? Anybody on the fence? Start one. It's psychologically more than technique-wise. It really keeps you in the ballgame. That's enough of that. Stay safe. Stay well. I'll see you next time, hopefully with some done terrain.